Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. This is the spring update and we've got some pretty fast moving trains coming in here with lots and lots of machines. All good. I need to switch the HUD back on. Thank you so much for your comments. I've had a comment suggesting that, actually, let's have a quick look at the lines. Suggesting that some of our emissions in our cities are just horrendous. So let's have a quick look at these guys. So this one, these hardly ever make any money, but let's manage our vehicles over here. And let's do a bit of a replacement into some... Oh, these are new ones. So let's do that. And then once we've done that replacement, let's have a look at the line. Manage the line. How? Hang on. How do we... Okay, hang on. Why... Maintenance level, very high, apply. Hang on, where do we actually see the maintenance level? Somehow I think we should have a different view of it. Not there. Is it up? Here it is. Here it is. Maintenance very high on these guys. Okay, let's have a quick look. So we're not interested in anything else, but the local... guys like this, let's do a bit of a replacement there. Go with the newest, right? These are the newest ones, right? 2025. Okay, anyway, that's fine. We'll go with that, and at the same time we'll pop up to very high. Go back into that and just go have a look at our very bad pieces here. Any bus setups that's very bad? Yep, this one. So let's go ahead and do a bit of a replacement over there. There we go. And we'll up our stuff to very high. Can I? Okay. Do that again. Can we... Yeah, this is what we're after. Though somehow we now don't have the... Anyway, these need to be replaced. So let's go ahead and replace them with those and put that into the very high category. Yeah, so basically the reason I'm doing this is because emissions here causes us a reduction in the size of our city. And that's what we're trying to work our way through at this stage. Over there, and I hit the wrong button. That's why. I would like to do passengers only for the time being. Yes, excellent. That's the one that I'm after. So, and then the conditions, not very high, very bad. Now this guy, can I... Well, anyway, let's manage our vehicles in some of these. Do the replacement. There we go. Do this, go up to very high, apply. So it costs us more money to do the very high thing. The very bad again. Let's go with this guy. Oh, this is New Haven. This is the one I'm after. Let's do the replacement. We'll get the Chevrolets in there. There we go. And we'll get it up to We'll get it up to very high, apply. Now, the question is, if I run it a little bit and we have a look at this now, is this gonna drop or anything? Does not seem to want to do that. I thought it may. But anyway, let's go back and do a few more of these. It's another very bad one there. So let's manage the vehicles. All of these, a bit of a replace, the Chevrolet C60. Oh, and I do need to let the time go again. It's kind of what I'm after. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Apply, get out of there, nice. Some of these actually making money. CS local, well, what I tend to do is I want to give it a bit of a replacement, even though those we probably don't need to replace, and then we'll add the maintenance. Because if they're older, their maintenance is more and more costly. So let's try that again. Oh, there we go. So we all of our local stuff is now looking pretty good. If we go back in here and we do now all cargo, so now the lines that we're after now is the local cargo line. So let's get a local cargo. We'll go ahead and we will probably do that. We'll replace it and we'll up the maintenance. Thank you. And the other one, so a lot of these, Van Grain. I'm after the locals instead. Just as a starting point. So probably not the end of the world. Okay, let's have a look at the local lines that runs through here. My bad. Okay, so we've got an NH local here. We manage our vehicle. Okay, we will replace that with this guy. This guy can move pretty much everything. Right, so we'll do that. And we'll go and up our stuff over there. We've got NH Cargo 2. We'll manage our vehicles there. That's probably okay. And we'll put that up to very high. So now all of the vehicles that's running through here is very highly maintained. This is our upgrade from the last up. Dallas is accepting machines. I believe it did in the past. And I wanted to double up our line going down up to Colorado Springs. So we'll have a look at that. And I also wanted to make sure that we get the last ticket. Oh, it did in fact improve. That is awesome. That is very awesome. In terms of destination, you can see Corpus Christi is not yet tapped into. And what does this mean? Line usage in New Haven is poor. I don't know. Fort Worth could also be better. But Corpus Christi is one that I'm going to set. Corpus Christi is all the way at the end over here. And I think the plan was always to kind of get an airport in place somewhere where I can. Let's have a bit of a look at our terrain. Our terrain is what? Oh, navigable waters is not what I'm after. There we go. Navigable terrain is actually at this spot here for an airport would be awesome. So let's get out of there and we'll build ourselves a passenger airport as a starting point. What are you colliding with? Oh. Well, let's do that. Yeah, it's pretty much the same cost regardless of where you go. So let's go and do that. Right there. We even managed to sustain a little bit of trees in that spot there. Now, give us a road. And I'm kind of... Do I go and grab this road? Let's get the curve tool in place. We'll do a little something like this. And that road is not... That is reasonable. This will cost us a fair bit of money to do this, but I think ultimately that is the kind of main road piece that we should be driving. And similarly, I think we can do a bit of a don't do that. If we do this and then we tie it in there, I kind of like that. And I'm wondering whether we need to upgrade some more stuff. I don't think we do. Maybe down there and up this way to this side, like so. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable all the way out to the airport over there. Now, in order to make the airport a functional piece is we need to do some buildings. So we'll grab this guy, and what I'll do, we're running trams through here anyway, so this will need to be a tram. So we want 2 platforms. No. We want some electric tram track through there. We'll additional length. And the idea is that we'll kind of do a little something like this, right? And then from there, we will configure it, add an additional piece of road here, get out of there, and we'll tie them in. So grab me some streets, just the standard stuff. Of course, we would like the electric. Forget about that. No, come on. That was a bit of a rookie mistake. We'll just do that. We'll tie that in. We'll do this one and we'll tie it in. I do want to bus lane this stuff up here. So these are, somehow we didn't get the bus lane. Now we have the bus lane in there. So now no one apart from our trams are going to use this section, which wouldn't have happened anyway. People can cross there and connect over there. That's not a problem. They can cross over here too. That's okay. But we also need to go here and say, guys, no bus lane, just keep, but we do need to tie this stuff in. So let's run it that way and over there. So they can effectively tie in those general locations for these big roads. That's all good. I think that is pretty spectacular. Now, let's have a look at our local line. Oh, we've got it in 2 directions, actually. So we've got this guy coming in from, actually, where are we running? You're running south. Maybe you're not going to do 2nd Street, so let's manage the line. So from South Street, the next stop you're doing is there. We will get rid of 2nd Street, and that means you're going to run off that way. So I think we may get rid of 2nd Street for the most part. I think that'll be okay. And the CC local, the other one, is from Sycamore. You're going to head in there. And again, what we'll do is we'll get rid of 2nd Street. There we go. So that is going to be all good. So let's just double check this. That guy's running this way. And the other guy is running that way, providing all of that access. And now that should tie in pretty nicely. We can get rid of these stops at some point or just do a different set to that stop. So that should be all good. Now, what we want to do is also run a bit of a plain line this way. So let's add a line from Corpus Christi Airport over here all the way across to New Haven. Can't remember what we called the other one. NH Land Air. So this one will be NH. Oh, sorry, NHCC Air. There we go. And let's procure a couple of vehicles over here. So from a passenger perspective, what is our newest one? Is this guy. So we're going to go ahead and grab 4 of them. And we're going to assign them to NHCC Air, and that should start running straight away. And so we should have accessibility over there. Start dealing with that. Whether we need to potentially configure and add. What is this? Oh, we could add a 2nd runway. You need a 2nd runway to do those kind of things. And this is just to turn out the direction. Colorado Springs now accepts that. All kinds of stuff is moving. And what I kind of wonder about, do we have all of our planes out of this? Yes, we do. So I will configure this guy, right? It's a bit of a bummer. So we'll do that, and we will add ourselves an additional passenger terminal. There we go. So this guy, and then what we'll do is we'll grab... No. We'll get out of that. Go with this guy and say, buddies, manage the line at New Haven Airport. Please go to Terminal 2, and that'll make life a little bit easier. It's starting to look like a more sophisticated airport right here. I do love how they're coming in over this stuff here. Okay, so there we go. That's it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start running this at half speed again so we can see a bit more additional types of vehicles and things coming on in. What's happening with New Haven over here? Are we seeing a little bit more growth into New Haven? We are meeting most of the demands. Most of the demands are being met, but not to an enormous level. What is our company? Company has dropped a little. I believe we've been over 60. So that dropping is not quite what I had in mind. Are we seeing some action for Corpus Christi? No, not yet. But once we get some new planes, we'll see about upgrading some of our additional older lines. Are we having some people on here? Oh, yeah, there's a couple of people on there. There's one person on this one. So obviously we're not quite doing an awesome job here. This guy would be empty. Oh, this guy is empty as well. But slowly things will start happening. And what I'm kind of wondering about is whether we plan out any additional road infrastructure over here. And we're just going to go ahead and keep what we've got. None of this. There's something around about here. And now the question is, can we... I am comfortable to do that. And then what we'll do is we'll give it a bit of a turn. And then we'll kind of run it a bit straight like that. Ooh. At the same time, we would be doing... probably not. Let's do that. Well, actually, let's do a straight line through there. Now, so we've got a little bit of extra room on this side. We'll do that. We'll give it a bit of a turn. Now, so this should all work fairly well. That's okay. I think that's about what we're after. What we could also do is probably run a little bit of this. No. Turn it. And a bit more. And over here. And we'll tie that in. Yeah, I like that. So at least there's a little bit of stuff that can happen now without it actually impacting that too much. There are people trying to start making that maneuver. There's definitely people wanting to make use of the train line, and that is looking pretty good, I might add. So our money is up at the 7 billion mark. That's pretty good. We are slowly starting to see some movement there. Now, what's happening at New Haven? Oh, this has dropped to very poor yet again. Look at that, Lancaster. That is pretty substantial. Lots of trains coming in here. What is this guy carrying? 180 machines. Our machines should be pretty well... Yeah. We're providing most of our demands into New Haven. This is almost like a little Central Park right over here. Most of our stuff is being managed. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and extend this stuff. Hopefully I can... Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so let's take that up to about there. What we can do with the additional couple of tracks there is we could... yeah, it'll have to run all the way through here. So let's... what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break you down. We'll reconnect you if needs be. Can I get rid of you? And I'll get rid of you as well. And what we'll do now is we will basically run this section of line around here. Because the intent is really to get some of our faster trains to move faster in these sections. So we're up to about 200. Now, the question is, do we run outside or inside with freight and passengers? So, freight is running this guy, passengers is running on the outside there. So what we could do is run an extra set of lines on the inside for freight and just tie them up slightly differently. But of course, potentially... Ooh, hang on. What do we have here? So we've got some new Boeing 757-200s that's quicker and probably carries more passengers. So what I'm going to go and have a look at is pause at the moment. Let's have a look at our lines here. So especially this guy, let's manage the vehicles on this guy, and we will do a bit of a replacement over here and go to the Boeing. This guy carries 20. This guy carries 50. We're definitely going to do that. Let's do that. We may not need all of them now, so let's keep an eye on how that is doing. But now we're going to basically move a lot more people through here. You see that guy had 20 on it. Now it's going to load up with a full 50. That is a good air service right there. So freight is on the outside though. So I'm kind of tempted. Do I run freight? Is already on... No, but passengers are on the outside on this side. So they'll have to kind of cross over at some point. But freight will be coming off of this side. Anyway, we will need to, for the most part, connect all of them in there. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just pause the game. Well, let's get this guy out of the way. Just through the intersection here. Okay, and now what we'll do is we will... we'll come back all the way over there. And then what we'll do is we'll tie in this guy. Like so. So that's pretty useful. And then at the same time, where this split kind of occurs... Ooh. Okay, hang on. Just split that off first. Why? Come on. Turn that back a little more. And kind of run this guy. Why are you... There we go. Now we've got it snapping. Perfect. So now from there, why is this so difficult? There we go. That's the one. And we'll carve off of there. Also, tie that one in this way. There we go. That's pretty good. So that should help things out a little bit over here. We obviously need to make sure that we've got some signals in there. No. Come on. It's not quite what I'm after. So oh, come on. That's crappy. Tracks, please. Ooh. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Okay, come on, get out of here. That is bullshit. So what we need to do is tie this one in first. That was a rookie mistake there. Oh, come on. It just doesn't want to work now. Okay, so with that in mind, let's try this one more time. So now you can tie in this way. We should be able to get you to tie over that way in a reasonable speed. 200. That doesn't want to be the case. That's okay. That's fine. I'm not gonna fight you on it. There we go. That's pretty reasonable there. All I need now from this is to actually get some signals on here. So signal there, signal there. There we go. That should do just fine. And what we'll do is signal there and signal there. So that should do quite well. And why? Why would you do that? Okay, and there and there. And there and there. And now we'll up the numbers a little bit as we get into town. Probably this one. There and there. Wow. Lots. Probably don't need as many. But, I mean, can't really hurt us that much by just having extras. So that just means they release a little quicker if we need efficient movement out of the stations over here. And then, of course, we've got this guy, and we'll have that guy out of there. So that should give us pretty much everything, and they can cross over into anything. So that gives us a little bit more capacity around here, and we do need to have a look at how we tie in the rest of it. But that's a good starting point. Now, I'm going to pause it again, and what we'll do is we'll trim out this section, and I know there must be some kind of train running there. So what we'll do is we'll trim this back a little bit more. And the first thing we want to do is just make sure we run that guy around the corner there. And that guy around the corner over there. And now we'll have to have a look at how we tie this thing in. We don't want to get it too close to the station, but we also don't want to make the turn too tight. And this turn is looking to be getting really, really tight. Let's try that. Let's get rid of this. Come on with the autosave already. Get rid of that signal. Get rid of this signal. Now, I'm kind of thinking directly out of here, we run that way. It's not too bad, but it's not great either. Where are we tying into? Yeah, probably we can't do any better than that. And now we've got a bit of a bummer there. Okay, well, let's get rid of this. The fact that we have to do these individual removals is pretty damn poor. Now, let's just go back and try. And now we should be able to make that 135 only around this curve. So it's not the ideal curve, but it does. It's pretty good out of here. Okay, now let's just make sure we get some signals in place in this location. That's okay. We'll probably do some additional signals over there and some signals over here and some signals right there. There we go. Now, of course, as part of this, we will need to run some road through here. Some never ever used road. That just looks awkward. I'll just connect it straight in over there. That looks way better. Okay, good stuff. So unpause. Ooh, we can't quite yet unpause because we still have a bit of a challenge. So let's just get these things tied in. We do need those two trains to move out of the way a little bit. And that should do the trick. Pause the game right over there. Now let's quickly finalize this section. Up to about here, I think. Now, the idea here is we kind of clear all of this out up to about there. And we'll see about connecting those in. That's a pretty reasonable speed that we're getting there. Similarly with that one, what I'm thinking is we'll do a similar thing, but all the way from there so we get the best possible speed. 132 is not quite right, but it's okay. It's reasonable. So there we go. And that is now tied in on that side. And now the only thing that's left for us to do is to make sure that we can actually connect from either side. So if we do, that's a reasonable speed, isn't it? And these are reasonable speeds. Okay, so now all we need to do is make sure that we are double switching in all directions. So this guy can double switch off that way. This guy can double switch. Why would you? So let's just say, so this guy is running, it's double switching. No, this guy's running through there. Or it's double switching to go this way. Yeah, that's what we need to do. This guy is coming off this way and it's double switching to go to the other side. No, why would it? That guy double switches here to get off here. So I'm not sure that double switch is required, to be honest. But I think as long as we do all the double switches, we should be okay. And what I will do is I will move our signals kind of forward over here. And I will just trim these away. into that side, we're not actually allowing funny directions in here, are we? So we may as well do stuff in here. We'll do that and that and this and that, and we'll do that and that and that and that. Okay, there we go. So now we've got a fair bit more capacity around this section. Now that is about it that we can fit into this episode. I'm hoping things will be much more effective through here. We're still not quite at the 7 billion mark, but hopefully these planes are doing a fair bit of a job. Let's have a quick look at what our planes are bringing in. Look at that line. Even this one is profitable already, but this one is really spectacular. If we try and start to compare that to some of our trains, with some losing out pretty badly, I mean, it means none of our trains are as profitable as what our airports are. So our aircraft, our air passenger lines are super duper awesome. Yeah, there's not a lot of concerns here, are there? Yeah, so the trains through here is no longer being delayed as they were in the past. And so hopefully everything is slightly more effective through here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Even these passenger trains are on fire, how quick they are. And then it's moving in. So now we're all the way at triple tracking, right? That is a pretty reasonable piece there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I will see you next time. Bye-bye!